School Automotive back again today, guys. This is going to be part 3 on the carb spacer tuning. And as you can see, these are the two that we have tried in the past. And at this point, now let me grab this light. We have this black plastic one on here, if you can see it there underneath the carburetor. And it is literally the exact same dimensions as this aluminum one I have right here. The only real difference in design between this particular one and the one that's underneath the carburetor right now is on the bottom side of the one that's underneath the carburetor, there's grooves cut out of the sides on here. And I'm not sure if that's, I'm pretty sure it's probably for heat. But anyway, we started with this one, moved to this one, got a little bit better throttle response out of it, and probably vacuum signal there for my commenter who was asking about vacuum gauge tuning. And as far as that goes, so here's what I could tell you about tuning an engine like this with a vacuum gauge. Your idle air control setting, just done by these two little guys up here, that's where your vacuum gauge is really going to come in for helpful for tuning. If you ran one into the cabin of the vehicle so you could watch it while you were driving, while you're on the throttle, there may be a few things that you could pick up from it. But for the most part, tuning with a vacuum gauge is not going to really help you as you're trying to tune this thing for throttle response, and especially wide open throttle, because any of you guys that know, well, you know what happens to your vacuum gauge when you go wide open throttle. Anyway, just wanted to address that for you. And let me just throw this out there. I'm not saying that I'm a genius or a guru or anything like that, but as far as this engine goes, my ears can hear the vacuum by the way that the engine sounds. I can tell you if you change something, if the vacuum is better or less, just by the way that it sounds. And all that being said, what I'm about to say sounds really interesting. So, like I said, this is almost the exact same as the other one. In fact, the holes are the same size, the width, the height, all of it is exactly the same size. However, I can tell you for 100% fact that the vacuum signal that this car gets with this black one on here is way better than the vacuum signal it gets with this on there. Now, why that is, guys, I honestly don't know what to say. The amount better that it is makes no sense. It is so much better. And it wasn't bad before, but now it's like great. And I'm not even kidding you. Great. And so anybody, I'm just saying, anybody who's been messing with their carburetor, that especially if it might be a little bit too big for the engine that it's on, and you just can't get it to be exactly right, especially like we're all used to driving fuel-injected vehicles now. This runs like that. I mean, I kid you not. There's no bogging. There's no hesitation. It starts good. I don't know. I don't understand. And the only thing that I can say, and I wouldn't think that this would make that much of a difference, but like I said, not a guru, not an expert, but the only difference was when I put this one on, there was just the open bore gasket on the top and the bottom. When I put the one that's on there on, I put the 4-hole gasket on the top and the open bore gasket on the bottom. That is what it came with. So that's what I used. Anyway, last thing, this that's under here right now is like a hard black plastic is how I'd explain it. And it's obviously good at reducing heat because this engine is hot. I'm touching all over this carburetor, not hot. This baby's smoking hot on the radiator. So good at reducing the heat. I expected it to be a material of this nature. This kind of like compressed kind of paper material, I guess, like real hard compressed paper material. I guess that's what that is. If you guys know what this material is, let me know. That's what I expected, but that looks like some kind of hard plastic. Now I'm hoping, guys, it's not going to break, crack under there over time, give me a dang vacuum leak or something, and make me wind up having to change to something else. I don't know much about them. I've never run something like that before. But like I said, the amount better that it is unexplainable. It almost runs like it's fuel injected. It is absolutely ridiculous. And that is all I changed. Just the gasket and the spacer. So I just figured I'd let you guys know, if you're messing with that stuff, skip the metal one, go straight to the $25 one from Amazon that comes with 2 gaskets that they'll charge you $25 a piece for at the dang parts store. Throw it on there and see what happens. Just be careful not to over tighten it, being that it's that hard plastic. I'm sure it could break. Whereas these that I have here are not gonna. Well, I guess you could break this wooden one, but you'd really have to try and be an idiot. But but anyway, give it a try, guys. I think it's totally worth it. I will be back with one more report on this thing, guys. It's going to be for fuel mileage, because if I had to guess, I'm going to be seeing some improvements in mileage here. Anyway, like and subscribe for more, guys.